Have you ever heard of an incident where a person sat with a pen and paper or a journal and called in a spirit, and the pen started moving on its own, writing stuff? Have you ever wondered how does that work? Hi, I'm Lovely and this is The Lovely Life. In today's video, I would be sharing with you all a tool that has been used for thousands of years by various psychics or even random people to receive information from the other side. I'm talking about automatic writing, a process or a tool of divination through which you receive answers for your question from the spirit realm or from your own subconscious mind or God or angels or any other beings. And even you can do it if you want to. So what I would be sharing with you all today is a very simple 6-step process that I followed in my spiritual journey, which has helped me, which has in fact helped me find who my spirit guides were, and that has been the beginning of receiving answers to numerous questions that I had spiritually and otherwise. Step 1. Sit in a quiet place where you know nobody would be disturbing you. Keep your phone on silent and just relax yourself. Step 2. This is the step which I call the safety step. Why? Are you doing something which is dangerous? No, not at all. It's because we are human beings and we tend to think, what if it goes wrong? So in this step, you would just cover yourself in your mind through imagination, or you can even speak out loud, saying that you want to cover yourself from your head to toe in a bubble of pure white light, which keeps you safe throughout the process. So when you do this, you are setting an intention or putting out in the universe that you're safe, which is for your own good, so that you don't keep thinking, what if it goes wrong, or what if I channel some wrong or negative entity. See, as of now, I have almost started skipping this step every time I'm doing this, because I have reached a comfort zone, almost like I have an understanding with my guides, and I trust the process. I know they will be keeping me safe. But initially, when you're starting to practice, I would suggest not to skip this step. Step 3. Grab a journal and a pen and sit relaxedly. You can sit either on a floor or mattress that is put on a floor, cross-legged. And maybe you can keep a pillow on your lap where you keep the journal so that your hands, your limbs and neck and all are comfortable. Or you can also sit with the journal on a table. You can sit on a chair, right? So that your hand is always relaxed and you don't tend to put any tension on your fingers or hand or shoulders or any parts of your body, any other part of your body. And initially, I would suggest to keep using the same journal and the same pen, almost like you know that when you're sitting with that particular pen and journal, what you want to do. And it is also helpful when you're just getting used to the whole process of how to hold it and how the whole thing happens. Later on, when you get used to it, when you're very comfortable, the words start coming in, you can maybe try with any other pen, just like how I do now. And also, I would suggest not to use loose papers. Use a diary or a journal so that you can always go back and see what you received a day before, or the last time that you did it. Step 4. Set an intention for the connection to be made to the other side. Almost like in this step, you are calling in your spirit guides, or it can be a particular person, it can be your loved one, your higher self, or God, whomever you would want that connection to be made, someone you would like to speak to who is in spirit or in heaven. You can do this out loud, like using the words like, I would like to call in my mother who is on the other side, or I would like to call in my guides and receive answers through the process of automatic writing. You can say this out loud or in your mind. Step 5. Hold the pen steady on your journal. Before this step, you can also write the date on top of the page, and then you just hold the pen steady with your 3 fingers, probably like this, or however you use the pen or however you hold it. But make sure that you're not holding it too tight. You are just holding it in place so that it doesn't fall off. And you can keep the point of the pen on the paper and just wait and watch. After you hold the pen in a comfortable manner, I would suggest to deeply relax yourself. You can inhale deeply and exhale through your mouth, relaxing your body more. This is the step which makes it difficult, not because it is a complex process, just because you need a real amount of patience to start receiving things. It starts with the sense of little pressure on your finger, and the pen almost starts moving itself. You would take a little, you would take some time to realize whether the pen is actually moving on its own or it's you who is moving the pen. So that would need some practice. And trust me, you would figure it out within few days. Initially, you would just be doing what I call the spiraling. I don't know if that's a word, but that's how I started. Almost like when you just make circles with the pen, like a spiral, you just keep making the circles. I have numerous pages which were only filled with circles. Then slowly I started receiving words, which would happen with you too. When you know you are starting to receive something tangible, like a letter or a word, that's when you can start asking questions like, who is it? Where am I getting it from? Or what do you want to tell me? Like you're asking to the person or the being or the guide who has come forth to make the connection. And obviously you have to trust that you would be receiving the answers. Also, I would like to suggest, when you start receiving letters, try not to assume the words. Like if you get N, N-A, so don't just assume, oh, it can be name, which is something that even I did, but it doesn't work, and it also leads to a lot of disappointment. So I would suggest, maybe if it works for you, you can turn your face to the other side. You just let the pen write and do its work. And then maybe when you're done, when you finish the process, you keep the pen away. That's the time when you can maybe look what you have received in the first place. Okay, so I have kept my personal journal, which is my oldest journal when I was just learning how to do automatic writing, so that I can show you how the initial process or the words that I received or the spiraling which I was mentioning earlier looks like. This, I hope you can see, this is how it looks like. If you see, there are just lines, and the handwriting is quite wobbly, to say so. And you can also see there are a few words here which made sense later on. I've actually written the cluster of blue stars. Then at that moment I didn't know what does that mean, a cluster of blue stars, which I looked up and realized that it is the Pleiades, the set of planets, or the planet Pleiades, where I was channeling information from, because later on I came to know that I was channeling one of my spirit guides who was a Pleiadian. And slowly I started receiving names and sentences and more. Step 6, thanking them. Whatever you receive, even if you do not receive single word or any tangible letter or anything, even if the pen does not move, initially during the days when you're just learning how to do it or just learning how to hold the pen in the first place. Do thank the universe. Do thank for getting to know the process, almost like how you would end a meditation, thanking God or anything that you would resonate with. By doing this, you are setting an intention for the next day, and you never know what is there on the other side, which can be beneficial for you. It would take some time to learn how to do it, so don't lose hope. I still remember one day I was so pissed. I almost was crying that because it was not making sense. I used to sit for days with my pen and my journal, and I would not receive anything. It was almost like, I was wasting so much time, and why in the first place am I doing this? But now I'm thankful that I did not stop it. I discontinued for some time, that something told me that I should be doing it. And in fact, I received a sentence which said, it was from my guide, which said, don't stop it, keep doing it, keep writing. So this is a beautiful process. It has taught me a lot, from getting to know my spirit guide's name, from getting to know them, from receiving answers, very specific answers for my questions. And now I do this even for my clients. So that was one thing that I wanted to share. Why I wanted to make this video is because I almost on a regular basis, the channelings that I do, the loved ones that I channel for my clients, they come forth and they say, please start keeping a journal by your bedside, or start writing to them, because this is the easiest way a communication can begin to the other side. So this was the process that I followed even when I started channeling light language. I was writing this unknown script, pages and pages of them, which I had no clue about, which I have never seen before, which took some time. And later on, I came to know through a friend of mine that I was actually channeling light language. So all these beautiful gifts came in because I kept on doing it, thanks to my guides who kept on pushing me to not stop writing. So I would love to know if you do this and if you receive something, and also if you need more tips on how to make it easy for you. Do write in to me in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like and subscribe for more such videos.